Sergeant on deck. Hello, my name's Daniel and you're watching the Rogue Clone Trooper channel. So what is this video about? Okay, so a few years ago I made a Clone Trooper Naval Officer costume for the Rebel Legion. At the time they didn't have a CRL for it for the 501st. And so I just made it my own way that I could, and I made a video about it. If you want to see it, check out my other videos, you'll find it there. Recently, the 501st have made a CRL for this costume and decided to make a few different changes to it. Now, but in saying that, my original costume, as you'll see here, didn't look so great after a while because I had lost a lot of weight since I actually built it, and I didn't feel like didn't feel really well wearing it. It was just too big and it wasn't fitting me well anymore. And then last Christmas, I was wearing it to an event and I ripped the trousers on them. So I was kind of like thinking, do I fix the trousers? Do I rebuild the costume? And then the 501st came out with their CRL for their version of the costume. So after thinking about it, I thought, well, if I'm going to do up the costume, might as well start from scratch again, and this time do it to the standard of the 501st. That way I can wear it for both units. So that's what I did. So my first thing was to figure out how I was going to get the basic part of the costume, because that's the thing you need to do. So you probably noticed that I haven't made any videos recently, and the reason for this is because now I'm dealing with two teenage kids in a very small apartment and I don't have any space anymore. And you'll probably hear lots of noises in the background and you'll probably get disturbed every now and again while I'm making these videos. And that's what I've got to live with now. And because of that, I don't have really the space to make my own costumes anymore. So the first thing I did was try to figure out, could I find somebody who would make me the basic part of the costume at a reasonable price? Most places I asked, they were looking for about $900 for hat, jacket, and trousers to be made, which was a little bit tight on my budget. And so I was kind of searching for other areas. Finally, I did find somebody. So eventually on Etsy, I found a place called Whimsy Cosplay. I'll put a link up here for you. Okay. And I went around, emailed him, and was messaging backwards and forwards, and I asked them about the idea of trying to make this costume for me. Now, they've never made this costume before. They make other Star Wars costumes, and he was willing to give it a go. And so for a pretty reasonable price, they made me the costume. Now, it did take a while for it to come in because it was being made somewhere else to my measurements. When it arrived, it was actually not so bad. I was quite happy with what came, and the trousers fitted great. The jacket fits good. The hat, let's say that needs a little bit of work on. But what I'm going to do over the next few videos is basically show you what I'm working with, how I'm going to fix it and upgrade it and get it to a place that I'll be able to then submit it for the CRL for the 501st. So please come with me on this journey as I change this costume and get it ready for the 501st CRL and for submission to my Garrison's GML. Okay, so here is the costume that I ordered. And these are the trousers. Now the trousers are really nice. They're very well made and fit me perfectly. The fabric is a nice fabric. It's actually, some people might say it's a bit light, but here in Japan, it is really perfect. It's really nice. And the jacket and hat. So, the hat, for any of you eagle-eyed people, so you didn't realize that this is wrong. It should be lapped over the other way. And also, I had asked them not to put any stitch in, but they had stitched up. So, I'm trying to see if I can unpick it and hopefully try to get rid of the stitch lines to try and solve that problem. But I'll have to take the hat apart and re-sew it together to look proper and put stiffener into it. And as for the jacket, they did an amazing job on the jacket, but they still
did a lot of things that need to be fixed. Okay. I need to put an extra clip in here as well to put some more stiffener into the collar. And any of you eagle-eyed people will realize that there's something wrong with the epaulets. And one goes up to there and the other one has a gap here. So these need to be taken off and moved to the correct position. Also, these were not supposed to have any stitching on the top, but again, they put stitching on the top. So that will have to be taken off and hopefully get rid of as well. Also, there was supposed to be some black bands on the sleeve, which they left off, which I can put on myself. And the other thing then, turn it over the back. There was supposed to be a split in the back, which they didn't do as well, so I'm going to have to put that in as well. But besides those things, which I can fix myself, I have no problems with that. The jacket itself is very well made, and it does fit me well. There we go. Yeah, see, that is fully lined, so that's good. Part of the CRL for the costume is that this top panel in the front is supposed to look like a separate piece. So what I will have to do is to put it over like this and restitch it to make it a bit raised, to make it look like a separate piece, and the same on the back. I will be doing the same on the back as well. I'll be moving it over and restitching like this to give it a raised piece. This is some of the stuff that I need to do on it. But that's what I had ordered. I did get some patches made up. So I've got the patches made. And anyone wondering how did I get the patches made? Well, I ordered a whole load of them. That's why I got them made. It was cheaper for me to get a whole load of them made up than getting just two. I have bought some satin ribbon to go around the cuffs as well. So that part is going to be fixed. So stay tuned. In the next upcoming videos, I'll be taking it bit by bit and fixing everything up. I'm actually going to try and fix up the jacket first. Then I'll go over and try to fix the hat. The hat is the last bit I'm going to do. But the jacket is where I'm going to start with everything. So please join me in the next video when I will be starting on the jacket. Thank you for watching.